What's up, everybody? So today, we're talking about a place called Waverly Hills Sanatorium, and this place is located at 440. Excuse me, it's located at 4400 Parley Drive in Louisville, Kentucky. Zip code 40272. So Waverly Hills Sanatorium opened in the year of 1910. Um, Waverly Hills Sanatorium was not, when they first opened, they were not big as they are, well, big as they have gotten at that time. And their building as well is what it is today of what everyone sees. So in the early 1900s in Jefferson County, which is where Waverly Hills Sanatorium is located all the way up on the hill. It's in Jefferson County. So there was a tuberculosis outbreak, and you know, it was broke out, and the breakout was known as White Plague. That was the name of the tuberculosis disease. It was called White Plague. It was is very deadly for sure. So when this outbreak hit, from what I heard, as far as what was reported, pretty much it came from the Ohio River. This is pretty much where the tuberculosis disease came from. It came from somewhere off the Ohio River, something about the shoreline or something like that. It's similar to that. I'm not exactly sure, but it's something like that. So pretty much this is pretty much what prompted the state to build the first part of the facility, which at this time was called the Sanatorium. So at this time it wasn't. It didn't. But before the year of 1910, it was called the Sanatorium. After, I'm not sure if after they expanded, or if exactly in the year of 1910 when Waverly Hills Sanatorium opened, which is what I'm gonna assume. That's when it had got the name Waverly Hills. So, at that time when it first opened up, it was only a two-story building. It wasn't what it is today. It was only a two-story building facility. They could only they can only accommodate and house up to 40 to 50 tuberculosis patients at that time, which is 1910. Just so on August 31st, 1912, all the tuberculosis patients from the hospitals were relocated to temporary quarters in tents on the grounds of Waverly Hills Sanatorium. So everyone was to be outside, spread it out, put in tents. There was active construction going on. Why there was a load of tuberculosis cases flying in. At this time, even the local hospital, what was reported as well, the local hospital at this time had so many patients that was infected by this tuberculosis disease of the outbreak from it. Pretty much they brought half of all the patients from the local hospital to the sanatorium grounds because they were infected by the tuberculosis disease outbreak. It was wild. It was really wild. So another thing is that so everyone was outside. So by the time the construction got done, pretty much they made it big enough to where it is today, where they could have housed 40 more patients. That's what the additional construction was for. 40 new more patients, which added another 50 beds, making it known to be around the capacity of the hospital at the time of 130 patients with the additional add-on. So the Waverly Hills Sanatorium, it sits on about 109 to 110 acres of land. It's not quite, a whole lot, but it was enough. It's enough to get the job done. So pretty much in the year of 1961, guys, Waverly Hills Sanatorium closed and shut its doors for good due to a successful antibiotics that was created, that pretty much was able to fight and get rid of tuberculosis. So a lot of people that had got infected by the disease of tuberculosis was cured. They had a cure now. So this is the reason why the hospital shut down. Pretty much almost everybody got cured. So there was no need for the hospital anymore, because that's what the hospital was built for at the time of the outbreak. And they had to do additional construction because it was getting even crazier. More people were catching it at that time. But, that's what the antibiotics is for. And, it helped everybody clear up. But, guys, thank y'all for listening, tuning in. I appreciate y'all. My name is Chris. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. Peace.